Give me 1 sec. We have to discuss the fish. Give me 1 second. To discuss the fish. I gotta turn on the other microphone. We're going live a little bit early today. And I changed to the wrong scene. I don't know if you could tell. Test? Test? Gotta find the fish. Oh, very good. Element. Right here, dude. You're looking mighty comfy today. It's cold in here. Well, colder. Nice cargo pants. Cheaper than a set of work pants, man. Mill surplus, baby. Yeah, I got some OCP cargos. Max, you know what the messed up part is? I've had these since high school. Yeah. So much so that this was woodland and it looks desert now. A little background static. Yeah, the base station wasn't plugged in, so you're going to get a little background static here. Say it with me. Bodegas. The audio sync is way off. Okay, give me 1 second. We're going to lost the signal here for a second. Are we wrenching today or sitting? Sitting. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Better? Here, we can test it. We can test it this way. We could test this way if we want. We're here to talk about fish, though. Who wants to talk about fish? I want to talk about fish. No headache, by the way. Hang on. You'll be in Texas on Friday? No, probably not. I leave for Florida on vacation on Saturday, so that's not going to work. But I will be here if they launch on Friday. So the big news is that the Fish and Wildlife Report is out. It came out today. That's like the study about invasive species, fellas, around Starbase, based off the IFT-1 flight information. Or IFT-1 flight. So that's good. Fish and Wildlife Report being out is very good. Last thing is FAA license approval, which probably should be tomorrow or maybe Friday. So what does this mean in plain English? Starship on Friday. That's what that means. Don't make plans on Friday. Just got here. EJ do be jamming, though. Yeah, for the people that, 2017, 2018, 2019, we played the guitar every day on stream. Yeah, I still play every day. I just don't do it on stream. But we could, but yeah. Fish and Wildlife. Dinkelberg gifted a sub. Thank you very much. It's right around freezing, Squishin, yeah. Gonna be a dang good rest of the week. Yeah, Fish and Wildlife Report is out. I actually have it open on the other computer, but I don't have it open here. If somebody wants to link it, go ahead. Oh, it doesn't sound like you've been playing every day. Yeah, no? All right, never mind. Messed around with any pedals? I have an amp that can do the distortion for me. Also, we have the double pickup, so if we wanted to... See? Yeah, so we can switch it in this guitar. Look at the pickups on this guitar. It's a Fender, but also, so I can flip it back and forth, so we could sound like Stevie Ray. Or you could switch it and sound like, here, hold on. See, we could do that. Main document, thank you. Additional charts and diagrams. All right, let's take a look. What do we got? Let's see, can we switch over to desktop capture? Yes, we can. Think of the turtles! Yuck with 104 months, thank you. Turtles aren't real, but they could be. Here, hold on. Let me get the video capture device. Add existing. HiCam 920. Oh, there we go. Hell yeah. I'll just put myself down here. Max, I just do my thing, man. When you stream, dude, so think about it like this. It looks like I'm good at this. I'm not good at playing the guitar, all right? I'm okay, all right? But see, the plus side, this is one of the biggest pluses of streaming. I don't commute. I've worked from home before COVID. 5 years before COVID was a thing. Hey, Diagonalizer, tier 228. Thanks, man. You find ways to fill the time. Think about all that aggregate commute time. Even if your commute time is 30 minutes, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes, that's an extra hour every day. That time adds up over time. It's aggregate. It builds up. It's like the give a penny, take a penny tray. You know, the tray. The penny's for everyone, right? So all that time adds up. So make use of it. All right, let's see. What does this report say? Let's take a look. Does the front cam work? No, it does not. Desktop capture. There we go. EJ was social distancing before it was cool. My only talent is jumping from a plane at 13,000 feet. Well, that's cool. That's something I can't do. Anyway, so with a parachute? Well, I would hope so. Okay, so we're starting off a little bit early today because I want to see what's good over here. Let's take a look. What do we got? My front cam is missing. Brimo stole it. So I don't have a... We have to use this camera for whatever. The other thing is that I have to bring the guitar back into the fold because if we're going to do multi-streaming on YouTube, and we've been posting the VODs more to YouTube. Drummer's been doing an awesome job with that. YouTube claims everything, every freaking thing. I could sit there and do an impression and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody did. So, got to bring the guitar back into the fold. All right, let's read. In October 2021, the FAA prepared a biological assessment for the Starship Super Heavy launch vehicle. Okay, all right, let's get to the good stuff. Where's the deluge system, components, and operation? Following the April 20th, 2023 launch, SpaceX 1 reinforced its launch pad foundation with thicker concrete and additional piles, and 2 installed steel plates over the foundation. Both of these actions are designed to protect against the potential of a pad breakup or a large dust cloud. Okay. Did the mic sound up? What? Sound? Mic sounds good? You sure? All right. Okay. SpaceX proposes, all right, hold on. This steel plates include a water cooling element, i.e. a deluge system that can be activated to protect steel plates during an engine ignition event and allow reusability of the steel plates. SpaceX proposes to activate the deluge system during engine static fire and vehicle launches. Approximately 358,000 gallons of non-contaminated water would be pushed from the ground tanks into the steel plates and released through the holes in the plating. The deluge system would apply a large amount of water to rapidly cool and create a barrier between the steel plate and rocket exhaust that will help it to absorb sound energy and heat produced by rocket engines and would allow the steel plate to be reused. Okay. All right, where's the conclusions? We want to get to the conclusions. We know what all this does. Basically, spraying a lot of water at the pad helps protect it and the rocket. Okay, retention pond locations, yeah. Maybe, so for the city's people, you guys are going to want to know what a retention pond is. I've been talking about them on cities. Retention ponds, well, here's the thing about engineers. They're not good at naming things. Every name should be taken very literally. A retention pond, it retains water. It holds water. Now, why? The name is not the tricky part. Why? What does it do? In this particular case, retention ponds around the pad are going to hold the water, that 358,000 gallons of water in a pond till it evaporates out. It'll retain water from the pad deluge system that's been sprayed on the pad. Because technically that water is post contamination. So SpaceX obviously is using potable water. You want to use clean water on the launch pad because you don't want contaminants getting inside of your pad deluge system, because if your water has some kind of chemical in it and you spray it at a rocket engine, makes things catch on fire really easily, and that chemical reacts with the fire, you could get unwanted results. So SpaceX is using drinking water. They have to. Most rocket systems do that. That's not that big of a deal. 358,000 gallons seems like a lot, but this planet has a lot of water. Let me put it that way. A lot of fresh water, a lot of drinking water. It's fine. They can tap into the Rio Grande, which is fresh water, and a lot of water comes down that river. Anybody that lives near Texas, near it in Texas knows what I'm talking about. So those retention ponds are there to retain the water, to make sure that it doesn't drain into the wildlife refuge, which is fine. I will contend to say this for the people that come in from cities, the people that don't know too much about this. Wildlife refuges and launch pads go together like peanut butter and jelly. That's the perfect thing. Because you don't want people, like in cities, you don't want to zone high density commercial next to high density residential. That's bad. They don't jive together very well, right? But, you know, you don't want somebody making an apartment building 2 feet from the pad. That would be terrible. It would destroy it, first of all. And also, there's a risk there. So having a wildlife refuge to pad the land around the launching area is a good idea. It's good. You just got to make sure you're not screwing up the wildlife, and vice versa. The wildlife needs to make sure it's not screwing up the rocket too much. That's hence like drinking water, right? So you said the conclusion is on the conclusion is on 24. So let's get to the right camera. There are natural retention ponds around here, but let's get right to the conclusion here. So once again, I'd like to reiterate, this isn't the launch license. Dudes, this isn't the launch license. This is the Fish and Wildlife Report. Let's see. Deluge systems are widely used and have proven effective at other rocket launch pads around the world. The operation of the... Oh, that's tone. Hold on. I'm just turning the guitar off. All right. The operation of the Deluge system at the Boca Chica launch site would help mitigate the impacts of Starship Super Heavy operations by reducing sound waves and vibrations, assisting in cooling and fire suppression, and providing protection to the launch pad and other equipment. A new foundation and a steel plate were installed underneath the launch mount to reduce debris scatter and potential for a large dust cloud. Some water applied during the operation of the Deluge system could reach the surrounding landscape and may cause vegetation changes. However, the amount of water that is expected to escape the vehicle launching area, VLA for short, is likely to... Oh my gosh. Oh dear. The amount of water expected to escape the VLA is likely to be less than the amount of water released on this area from an average rainfall event. Therefore, it is not expected to change the salinity of the existing mud flaps or significantly reduce or modify piping plover or red knot habitats. Okay, good news. There's some interesting stuff outside of the conclusions, like saying that the deluge might actually be beneficial for the environment. Whoa, 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 Max, hold on a second. Hold on just a second. You're telling me that watering plants is good for them in a place that's dry? No. That's wrong think. Nope, not allowed. Nope. No. Off to jail. No. But also, what if a bug drowns? Oh boy. Get the frick out of here. Get the frick out of here. No, I cannot be getting out of here because of a very important piece. No, SKS, you said it right. There are certain species that plants can be overwatered. That's a thing. So what you're saying is we need a rocket launch site at every Midwest farm that has currently got bad droughts. Yeah, there you go. Does the water change in any significant way after the launch? No. See, the water... Dude, even the water coming out of the deluge, like the water in the retention pond, Laz, I'm not going to say it's drinkable, right? But if you could somehow capture the water, like get a cloud of steam from Starship after and condense that back into water, I'd drink that. Sure, why not? Believe it or not, some of the steam some of the water will get contaminated by the rocket. but it wouldn't be contaminated with anything that you wouldn't get from rainwater. And you have to filter rainwater, right? So I mean, the only reason I wouldn't drink it out of a retention pond is because it's been sitting there, right? It's been sitting there in the soil, and you don't know what crap's in the soil, right? Like, glad to see that SpaceX gets to do the thing and the environment is unaffected. Yeah. I mean, guys, I got a little antsy last time we discussed this, but the truth of the matter is that it's important to be intrusive about this now and prove that it's not a thing for the future, right? So, like, if they go to make a Starship launch pad somewhere else, you know exactly the quantified effects of a Starship launch with the deluge systems and stuff. It'll make building codes for future launch pads a lot easier, and it'll make launch pads in the future a lot easier to build. Because you know exactly what you need to do. That's a good thing. I'm a little annoyed that it takes this long, but hey, it's important to do it right now. It's important to be intrusive with these programmatic assessments. Like, as much as I don't like it, and as much as I want to be like launch, you know, that's not a thing. You gotta do it right. If you read the bottom paragraph on page 4, it talks about the deluge on the shuttle. Oh, let's see. Page 4, huh? Well, the shuttle had retention pods, gigantic ones. I mean, 39A still does. Water applied during the operation of the deluge system would disperse in the following ways. For the purposes of this assessment, it is assumed that the maximum amount of water could be dispersed by a combination of all dispersal methods described below. Based on modeled and collective data from the deluge test, most of the water prior to engine startup and following engine shutdown would be collected in the retention areas and pushed out, and 92% of the water would vaporize when the engines are on. Yep. The exact proportion of water involved in each mode of dispersal may vary with the specific conditions of each ignition event. Oh, Flash, we're going to play cities in a second, dude. Just some big Starship news. That's all. We're looking at a Starship launch probably on Friday. It really depends, but I think if I had to guess, I think the FAA license is probably coming tomorrow. That's a guess. I have no insider information. Thanks, no problem. All good, man, all good. Well, yeah, farming industrial discharge SKS is no good. What's up, Hooded? Thanks, Electron. $5 says someone at the FAA is signing it today. Well, we got until 5 o'clock. We'll see what happens. It's got to be an easier way to play that. Oblation. Oh, live music. Yep, yep. We'll play till the top of the hour, and then city's time. Is that black package car parts? That over there? Yeah, it is. It's for another project. It's a limited slip diff for a 92 Camaro, Noswolf, with rear disc brakes. Very nice. You just got here, didn't know he could play. Yeah, Alex, I'm into a little bit of everything, dude. Yeah, a little bit of everything. Can you crochet? No. Oops, screwed that up. Both of these trucks run and drive, dude. Can you tie a knot with a cherry stem in your mouth? Nope. Nope. Not into that. What I'm hearing about fish people, the Fish and Wildlife Service released they released their report today, and basically the pad deluge system will not intrude on the environment any more than rain, than average rainfall. Very good news. I'm learning how to work on cars. I have a mentor who's awesome, and we fixed my friend's Honda Pilot. We replaced the water pump, timing belt, radiator assembly, rotors, brake pads next to the front control arms. Hey, good for you, Alex. Working on your own stuff is cool, man. I really like being independent in that regard. I don't have people work on this stuff. Am I the best mechanic in the house? Probably not. No. But I'm good enough to get these things running. It's not very hard, but yeah, hey, whatever. I like these things. They're simple, easy to work on. Like a Honda. A Honda's the same thing, dude, believe it or not. I owned plenty of Hondas before I owned all Fords. My first car was a Honda. Very simple, very easy to work on. Nice cars. As of late, though, they're getting a little ridiculous. But basically Honda from like 1990 to 2005, you can't beat the simplicity. It's like mind-boggling how simple those engines are. Fully assembled and operational is the state of assembly. Touché. Timing belt is one of the most difficult things. Yep. You put a new battery in too, but the dealership tried not to honor the 100-month warranty. Yeah, the dealerships. So, Alex, if you don't work on your car, and I know you're trying to learn on it, but this is just for anybody else. If you don't, the dealership's going to try to nickel and dime you. Obviously, everybody knows that. But the thing is that it's negotiable. Everything is negotiable. Barter with them, like you'd barter in a video game, like in Fallout or something, or Starfield or whatever. You can barter with them. Everything is for sale. Everything's a la carte. You can buy whatever you want. With enough money, you can do anything, pretty much. You just got to know how to do it. Now, are there people out there with money that don't know how to do it? Yeah, absolutely. Are there people out there with money that know what to do? Yeah, absolutely. But just remember, everything's for sale. They go to the dealership now, we're not going to honor that. Well, I'm a loyal customer. You should probably do that. I mean, I could just take my business somewhere else. I'll take it to another place that'll honor it. And they'll probably say something like, oh, no other dealership's going to honor a 100-month warranty. Be like, all right, I'll go check that out. I'll see you later. And then they'll be like, well, wait a minute. You know, like, you can do that. Nickel and dime them back. That's what they want. Well, that's not what they want. They're not expecting it. Let me put it that way. Why did cars get needlessly complicated? Because we want luxury in every single vehicle now. I like these things. They're Spartan. They're very easy to fix. Even this one from the 90s, it's not that hard. My Ford had to have a specialist reset the computer, and it took 6 months to fix it. Oh. I can't buy an F-16. The government won't let you. That's not true at all. That's not true at all. With enough money, you can party, dude. That's the sad part, or the nice part. I don't know. I think that's cool. Dude, there are people out there. So, okay, let me put it to you like this. There are, let's take the Museum of the Air Force. The USAF Museum in Dayton, Ohio just scored an Su-27, a Sukhoi 27, that was ex-Ukrainian. And you'd think, like, how did they get a Ukrainian Su-27? Don't they kind of need those right now? Dude, some guy just bought a fighter jet from Ukraine in the 90s. He just bought it. He just bought a freaking fighter jet and registered it with the FAA and flew it around until 2012. You can buy fighter jets, of course. Sure. Why not? Look at Jared Isaacman. He flies around a MiG-29 for fun. Well, not for fun. He does it for a lot of awesome cancer research. The guy's a freaking legend. But, dude, he flies fighter jets. What is he? He's not military. With enough money, dude, oh yeah, you can do whatever you want. It's freaking dope. It's amazing. Flash, you're from the Ukraine. Dude, the USAF Museum, Flash, just scored a Ukrainian Su-27. It's painted in the blue and gray camo. It's cool, man. Cool looking plane. I like Sukhoi. Sukhoi 27s are my, like, ex-Soviet, like, freaking crush, man. I love those. Sukhois are great planes. Personally, I'm more partial to the Su-35. The Su-35 is a Chad tier airplane. About as good as you can get come from that part of the world. Really good. So could you get an F-35? I don't see why not. What's on the wood pallet? It's a rear end. I want an aircraft carrier. China bought aircraft carriers. Private companies in China bought aircraft carriers, dudes. With enough money, everything's for sale. I'm serious. You got to work the system, bros. That's how you got to do it. You guys want to see what's under this? We can open this up. I haven't done it yet. We'll do that, and then we got to go play cities. I'll show you. About time you guys see this anyway. This is not for any of the trucks. Like I said, this is for another project. But it's a bunch of go fast parts that I've been stockpiling in the garage for the future. I don't know if you guys could tell that it's a high claim item. Hey, Arbalest, 50-month resub. Is this for the race thing you talked about a little while back? No, no. This is for a project that I'm working on with a viewer. Let's just say we got some pretty cool content with car stuff coming in the spring. That's not a place for an extension cord, man. That's good enough. Check it out. Rear disc, posi, rear end for a Camaro, for an IROC. 3rd gen. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, this is for another project coming down the pipe. We got to get this thing out of here. And then I got to get the coronet up here. And then after the coronet, then we got another project. Right now, I'm working on the 97. I'm working on the door. Trying to get all the paint off. I just painted all of this here, dudes. I painted the pillars because the paint was starting to chip. So I painted all that. It came out okay. Are there any racetracks remotely in your area? I asked Squish. There's Palmer Motorsports Park, which is about an hour and a half, and then there's Lime Rock, which is about an hour and a half. No safety glasses for taking a package off? What? Okay. Lime Rock isn't that far from me, but it's I mean, if I was gonna haul a race car down there, that's kind of what the other project that I've been working on with this thing, trailer brakes. I totally destroyed the trailer brake harness on this to make the ignition circuit because there wasn't one when I bought the truck and drove it home. So I've been undoing all the wiring debauchery that I did to hot wire an ignition circuit to trailer brakes. I have to undo all that. Hey, Lunchbox. No, it's not too far, Canuck, yeah. What year's the old one? It's a 59, dude. I built that truck on stream. I wired it, put it together, all on stream, yeah. I had some help, but yeah, that's a cool truck, man. I love that truck. I haven't worked on it much, though, because it runs and drives, and I don't want to change anything because it runs and drives. It was off the road for a decade. I put the project on hold because of streaming, and finally found the time to do it right before the wedding and drove away from my wedding in that truck. So I proposed to my wife in this truck, and we got married in that truck. Now we can't get rid of them. That is just a shame. Frick. That sucks, you know. Oh, dear. Speaking of tracks, have you seen this new track coming to Tennessee called Flat Rock Motorsports? No, I haven't. It'd be cool if you did an IRL stream and went through the garage pit. Yeah, maybe. So this truck, so for the people that don't know, I bought this truck in California, and I threw it together in a parking lot in Compton, California. Yes, that Compton, from my buddies at Hoonigan. And I threw it together in their parking lot and then drove it home. On the way home, we stopped at the Grand Canyon, and I proposed to my wife at the Grand Canyon. Hey, I wanted to do something different, all right? That's pretty different. She wasn't expecting it either. That was the best part. Marrying in a truck, that's so American. Yeah, hey, whatever. And then the wheel fell off. Yeah, I drove the wheel. Now, Altia, you could say that we drove the wheels off this truck. You also capitalized your name, and it screwed with me for a second. Yeah, this wheel. No, don't worry about it. I was like, is that all? Oh, okay. I was like, who is that? Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, yeah, Alex, we took it quite literally. Yep, yep. Question, why do drivers dislike cyclists? I don't dislike cyclists. I dislike a certain type of cyclists. Look, I understand that people that ride bicycles need to share the road, like people that drive cars need to share the road with people that drive bicycles. But that means that cyclists are subject to the rules of the road. If you don't follow the rules of the road and you're on a bike and you expect me to treat you with respect, you're going to be disappointed. Cyclists don't stop at stop signs. They don't stop at traffic lights. Well, certain ones. Screw those people. If you're a cyclist and you obey the rules of the road, we got no problem. Everything's good. I hate cyclists that think that they want all the benefits of sharing the road with cars, but none of the bull crap that comes with it. No, you have a price to pay for sharing the road with automobiles, and that's following the rules of the road. You have to follow the rules of the road. So do I. And if we both follow the rules of the world, everything's good. Everything's copacetic. But cyclists that don't do that, blow stop signs, don't yield, they blow through traffic lights, frick those people. Those people are idiots. I don't like cyclists that don't ride in the bike lane. That's really annoying. Cyclists that ride in the middle of the road, now that's fine. You want to do that, that's okay. But there's a bike lane there for a reason. Yeah, serious, exactly, yep. You don't have bike lanes where you live. They take up the center of the road in a 45-mile area. It's like, what are you doing? Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're cycling and you follow the rules of the road, you signal when you're supposed to signal. You have hands. You're supposed to use those to signal where you're going. And you stop at stop signs and you stop at traffic lights, I got no problem with you. I'll even go out of my way to make sure that I conform to the laws with you. But cyclists that don't do that, you can piss right the hell off. Don't expect sympathy from me if you go through a freaking stop sign and get mauled by a truck. Like, I don't wish that on anybody, but also, if I blow through a stop sign and get hit by a truck, it's my fault. The Libra 1000 is heading to the suborbital site. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yeah, that's cool, Alex. Mm-hmm. Yeah, drummer, if you're a cyclist and you abide by the rules, good for you, man. Yeah, we're good. I have no problem. Like I said, I'll go out of my way to make sure that I go around you and don't crowd you, don't get near you, you know. Pedestrians and drivers, we can agree we both hate cyclists, yeah. Better cycling infrastructure and separation from automobile traffic is good for both cyclists and drivers. Yeah, I guess. TJ. Anyway. Yeah, Aqualex, so over here we don't have much space. So what they do is they take a single lane road with a shoulder, right? With like a tiny shoulder, and they don't put the bike lane where the shoulder should be because that would make too much sense. They put the bike lane like on the right side of the lane. So all you do is just jam up the road with bikes and cyclists and cars. All right. Like they take away lanes and they take away shoulders and they put bike lanes in them instead, and it's just okay. Oh yeah, drummer, simultaneously, yeah. Cyclists, you should be pissed at motorists that don't obey the rules. I hate those people too. Like don't think I'm on team automobile, like totally. There is so many bad drivers out there, dude. There's so many terrible drivers. Frick those people too. It's almost like I don't like people that don't follow the rules. Because if everybody follows the rules, the road's safer. It's funny how that works. But no, we can't do that. We can't do that. Yeah, they end up just crowding the car lane, and it makes it more dangerous for bikers and vehicles. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But now they can say, "Oh, we have bike lanes. We're being inclusive." Just, bro, you really want to go down that road? Make a dedicated bike lane. But we can't do that. It's too expensive. It's like, oh my god, oof, Maron. Anyway, how about we go work on the Stugats? How about we go over there? We go over there. We work on the Stugats. How about we do that? How about we do that? No, EJ, you pick a side. Oh, picking a side. Imagine picking anyone's side but your own in 2023. That's cringe. Cringe, bro. Just be thankful cities have no cyclists, but they have motorcycles. And that motorcycle rider that broke the rules yesterday on stream, I blew up his house in game. Nope, there's asbestos radon in the basement. It's illegal. Demolish it. So what if like 60 other families live there? It was a high-rise apartment. Well, guess what? Now it's a no-rise apartment, all right? What axle's on the skid? This is a posi rear end for a Camaro. For a third-gen Camaro. It's posi with discs. It's for another project that I'm working on. Actually, this thing is pretty scaly. We should clean this thing up. Yeah. Is it a single piston caliper? Yeah, single pistons. We should clean this sucker all up. Yeah, and it's a GM rear end, so it is posi traction. I don't like having GM parts in my shop, but also it's all right. All right, we're past noon time. Yeah, put new oil in it, grease up the gears. I don't even think it has oil in it right now. They probably wouldn't have shipped it with oil, but I don't know. Let me check. Guys, opening it up now was the first time I opened it up. I haven't seen it. Yeah, there's a new gasket in there. It has oil. There's a new gasket. Okay. Yep. It's nice. Nice rear end. Nice rear end. Hey, nice rear end. All right. Let's go play cities. EJ, you don't need to keep buying trucks. It's not for a truck. It's not even for my car. I don't own a car that's going into. I learned from Derek, repacking the gears are important and easy. Repacking? You repack bearings, dude. You don't repack gears. It looks like the pinion seal's kind of gone too, unless they were just replaced it and called it a day, because there's a lot of caking on the front of this thing. But yeah, I'll once over it, dude. We'll probably once over it on stream so you guys can go full internet on it and make sure that it's aerospace spec. I like doing that. What's the update timeline on Starship? So Fish and Wildlife report came out today. It is conclusive that the pad deluge system will not mess with the environment any more than the average rainfall. So remember that guy that went on a rant on Twitter about how heat in the water vapor is pollution, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that guy was wrong. Yeah, that guy was wrong. Oh, damn, that feels good. All right, anyway. All right, I'm going to switch over to cities, dudes. Let's do this. All right. We're in mission control now. Heat is pollution if it's not mitigated, but since it's not a power plant, it's not a problem. It's not like the rocket is always launching every second. Yep. Is that a 91 long bed? Bro Boss, this is a 97 F250 HD. It's made out of quite literally spare parts from Ford, from the factory. 97, Ford continued the F250 in this body style for 97 and 98, 250 and 350. They did it with basically the leftover parts that they had from these trucks. So sometimes so they didn't really know how to badge these trucks correctly, so they used an HD tag. It's the only time you're ever going to see a Ford truck with an HD badge. The reason why, HD is Chevy. Silverado HD, that's Chevy. So Ford only did it for a couple of years. It's actually kind of cool. This truck is a Frankenstein of parts. It's got F350 rear suspension. I have a 1025 rear axle out there with four 10s. That's why the truck has such a crazy rake to it. Look at how far the pickup bed is up in the air. So we got F350 rear suspension, but I'm running twin eyes up front. We got F250 suspension in the front, which is pretty cool. It's a Frankenstein truck, which is sweet. Heavy duty is what it stands for, Aranor. Yep. Where'd you find something like that? Hoonigan, these guys. Quality Mayhem by Hoonigan. I found it from them. I bought it from them. That truck was on their YouTube channel for a long time. I know them through Twitch because a lot of their guys streamed on Twitch. They don't do it much anymore, but except for Haas. Haas does all the time. It's not plow ready. It's not a 4x4. We should change that though. So, Bro Boss, that truck was on their YouTube channel and they beat the trash out of it. I fixed it in their parking lot and drove the thing home. I live in Boston. Hoonigan is in California, in Los Angeles. So that was a fun trip. The truck's got no rust on it. It's a no rust vehicle. No rust. There's nothing. Well, it's a little bit rusty from driving it around in the rain and stuff, but no rot. There's nothing. It's completely solid, pretty dang straight. It's a nice truck. Cool thing is it's got a 351 Windsor in it, so it's a 5.8 liter V8, and I have a ZF 547 transmission behind it. It's a manual. That truck's a 5-speed. That big heavy-duty truck is a 5-speed, which is cool. Here's the Route 154 playlist. There you go. My first car, 2013 Nissan Altima, had rust, and we had no idea, but we bought it on the coast. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Nick. I knew it would make it. It made it just fine. We'll 4x4 swap the twin eyes at some point, dude. Just because that's cool. That truck deserves to be 4x4. We got to put some F350. We could switch to a solid axle up front and just make it a total F350, but maybe in good time. Right now, what I'm just trying to do is kind of, some of the paint got roasted because it was in California for a long time. So, I mean, even look at the spray paint. So these are parts that I tested with the buffer, right? But see in the middle of the hood how it's all faded? The sun roasted the paint on this thing. Even the spray paint and some of the factory paint below it. So if you look at the door, I've been fixing the door. Just cleaning it and not cleaning it. Cleaning it, sanding it down, getting all the spray paint off, working out high and low points, and, painting from there. I don't drive that truck in the wintertime. It's basically not going to move. It's not going to go out of my yard. It's not going to go onto the salted roads. Well, one wheel didn't make it. No, the wheel made it. It's just I have it. I have the wheel. It just didn't make it attached to the truck. The Tyrrell P34. Yeah, cooking. Mm-hmm. What is that hat? It's got my truck on it. What I've learned from U.S. car shows, don't buy a car near the coast. Don't buy a car near the coast or in the northern parts of the country. Salt will ruin it. You got to buy, ideally you want to buy from the southwest. Did you work out what caused the wheel to fall off? We did find a lot of FOD in that rear end. And that rear end is still in there, by the way. It works just fine. The gear's got a couple of chips in them, whatever. I think if I had to guess, the weld delaminated. So it had a welded rear end, and it delaminated when we were driving it home. It basically came apart. And my only guess is that the ring gear did have a chip in it somewhere. So and we stream this. You can see it on stream. My guess is that the pinion and maybe one of the spider gears got caught. Some of the welding bead that came off got caught in those gears and sheared the lugs. Because it's very strange, dudes. It looks like loose lugs on that truck that caused the failure, but it wasn't. I'm pretty sure those were tightened, unless they would have come off, which, I mean, you could make the case for that, that they could have come off. You know, the last time I tightened it was probably 1,000 miles prior, about 1,600 kilometers prior to the wheel coming off. I tightened them in Santa Fe, and it came off in Oklahoma. I mean, that's kind of a long way. I mean, if the pinion and the ring gear were getting welding bead forced into them, you know, like that's not gonna be good. The spider gears in the ring gear was chipped, and that's heavy duty steel in there. They ate the welding beads and spit it out into the diff reservoir, the diff housing. So it was either something, I think it was a combination of both. Maybe one of the lugs got it kind of loose, and when it was loose, it's not hub centric, so the wheel started doing this, and then the diff jamming failed the whole thing. Like, it's possible. It's always a cascading failure like that. Hey, Cryptech, 49 months. Transmission failed in the automatic. Yeah. I mean, it being dropped from the forklift and stuff a bunch of times and having wood wheels and doing flaming burnouts at Hoonigan probably didn't do me any favors. But that's okay. How did you feel in the moment when the tire came off? Fine. I just drove it to the side of the road. I knew what happened. Well, I thought I blew a tire. Turns out it was a little worse than that. Slept off the headache? Yeah. Yeah, I slept off the headache, dude. I had the most disgusting migraine yesterday. I basically went to bed, like, right after the stream and woke up at, like, I think I slept for, like, 12 hours. I feel great. I'm good to go today. All right. Anyway, bros, you guys are here for cities. So let's switch over to cities 2. We got to think of a funny title. Pushing to 400,000 population.